Serious now, and this morning the New South Wales lower house passed the greyhound prohibition law, meaning by this time next year it will be illegal to race greyhounds in the state.
Debate raged in New South Wales Parliament last night as MPs fought furiously for and against a ban on the greyhound racing industry. Opposition leader Luke Foley alone spoke for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
The overwhelming majority of participants in this sport and industry who've only ever done the right thing are punished as if they are live baiters themselves. They haven't. There's no evidence to suggest they have.
But by 3 a.m, the vote was 49 to 30 against the industry, dashing their hopes for a last-minute change of heart. 3 Nationals MPs, Katrina Hodgkins, Chris Galaptis and Kevin Humphries, crossed the floor, voting against their Liberal colleagues, while 2 others, Kevin Connolly and Andrew Fraser, abstaining altogether.
The decision to ban an industry is wrong because of the process that took us to it, the precedent it will set, but most importantly, the people it will hurt.
The new laws mean that anyone found to be racing in New South Wales past July 1, 2017 will face a 1-year jail term and a maximum $11,000 fine. The laws will also forbid people from trying to export greyhounds to other states without the written consent of Greyhound Racing New South Wales before the ban effect, meaning owners and trainers won't be able to bootleg their dogs over the border.
There is dogs going in the state now. I don't think they can really stop that. I don't think this law will all apply.
As yet, there have been no announcements about how much owners and trainers will be compensated for losing their livelihood.
If you read the Act, the Prohibition Act, it says there'll be no compensation from the state. I get out of bed 7 days a week. I work 16, 18 hours a day. I won't have anything to get out of bed for. You know, I mean, that's my life.
Well, joining us now is New South Wales Premier Mike Baird. Now, Premier, you announced today that owners won't be able to take their dogs over the border without greyhound racing New South Wales. But do you think we can trust an industry body to self-regulate? Won't they just promote owners taking their dogs interstate to race?
Well, look, we've obviously taken a decision with the legislation passing last night to stop racing. That wasn't an easy decision. It was a difficult decision, but we think it was the right thing to do on the basis of animal cruelty. But now we have to work with the industry. So how we support them in coming weeks and months as we finalise that, both in terms of finance and any flexibility we can, we want to provide that. So we need to do the work, and obviously we look forward to working with the industry on determining what we can do as we go forward.
So, Premier, you've spoken about the Commissioner working out the transitional arrangements. I suppose what you mean by that is the compensation for people who are going to lose their jobs as a result of this. Isn't that actually you should figure out before you ban it, like before you pass the legislation that has great detail on penalties and all of that sort of stuff?
Well, I mean, obviously, the best way to do it in consultation with the industry. And the industry, when we had the discussion a few weeks ago, said, well, all of their energies, rather than working out how we could structure that transition package to fight the ban. And I totally understand that, as did the Deputy Premier. So their focus has been on fighting it. We now want them to come back and work with us on dealing with the transition. What we've said over the first 12 months will be at least $30 million. And it'll continue over coming years as we help the transition.
Now, on the record as saying that live baiting had occurred in New South Wales just as recently as a few weeks ago, that mass graves have been found as well. There seems to be a bit of confusion, a bit of question mark around that. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I mean, the facts speak for themselves. They're not mine. I mean, there was reporting of a dead rabbit that was torn apart at a training facility. The mass graves have been reported, and obviously, you know, that's the reason we've taken the decision we have.
Well, I guess the concern is you raised these cases at a recent press conference to support your case, making it seem as though the industry had done to reform. But the dogs found in these mass graves have been culled between 2009 and 2013, not recently.
Well, I mean, the mass greyhound grave up in the Hunter, I mean, there were independent people that looked at those. They have gone through forensically and released their recommendations. So, look, whether there is one there or multiple across the state, the truth is that all of the evidence that was presented this was a regular occurrence.
Here, Mike, love, you mentioned adoption earlier. Would you ever adopt a greyhound?
Well, I mean, that's something I'd have to put to the family committee. Obviously, that's not a sole decision. But look, I mean, of course, that's something I'd be open to, and anyone who would be open to it, I encourage that they have those discussions as well, because obviously rehoming and providing a home for those existing greyhounds would be a great thing for any family across New South Wales that wanted to help.
I'd love to take one back to England. I love greyhounds. They always look so guilty, don't they? They always look like they've been up to something, don't they? Yeah, I'd love...
just scared of their owners.
Yeah.
Well, Premier, good on you for taking a stand on something that you're obviously passionate about. It's been a pleasure having you on. Thanks for your time.
No problems at all. Thanks.
And they do want people to adopt these greyhounds. So if you want to adopt one, links page on our website, all the details will be up there shortly.
Break time.